It is officially fall, aka my most favorite time of year here in New York City. I thought it would be fun to spend a day here on the Upper West Side doing all of my most favorite fall things. We will of course be starting here in Central Park to look at all of the beautiful autumn foliage that has just taken over. We will be visiting a local coffee shop and picking up a sweet treat. We're also going to check out what's new in at the Strand, which is one of my favorite New York bookstores. We're going to check out an exhibition at the New York Historical Society, and we'll squeeze in a little bit of thrifting at the end as well. So grab a coffee or a glass of wine, get cozy, and enjoy. Believe me when I tell you, there is no wrong way to explore Central Park this time of year. Everything is absolutely beautiful, and there is no shortage of fall foliage. However, if you need some ideas, one place that I love visiting in the fall is Belvedere Castle, and yes, there is an actual castle inside Central Park if you didn't know. You can also walk through the Shakespeare Garden to get here, and there are beautiful views of the park that I feel like you don't get anywhere else because this elevates you and gives you that really nice vantage point to see out into the park. Another one of my personal favorite spots in the park is the lake, and the reason I love this is because you can watch all of the people who rent rowboats go out on the lake, and this time of year you can see all of the colors of the foliage reflected in the water, which I feel like makes it doubly beautiful. The lake is also a short walk from Bethesda Terrace, which definitely holds a special place in my heart. I think the best people watching in the park is probably here. You can check out the beautiful fountain, you get additional views of the lake, and of course you can walk through the beautiful covered area with the arches and the ceiling decor, and you can almost always count on there being some sort of musician to take advantage of the acoustics. One of my favorite things about New York City is all of the incredible independent cafes, and I decided to try one that I hadn't been to yet called The Picky Barista. This is a family-owned cafe and espresso bar on the Upper West Side. The vibes were so cute in here, so many people working on their laptops. I could definitely see myself doing the same in the future. but today I was here just to relax, so I ordered a chai latte and a cinnamon roll, and when the barista asked me, "Would you like that warmed up?" I practically shouted yes because I was just so excited. Back in the 1920s, 4th Avenue in New York City used to be known as Book Row, and Book Row covered about 6 city blocks and housed 48 different bookstores. Ben Bass founded the Strand in 1927 at the age of 25. He started the store with $300 of his own and $300 that he borrowed from a friend. Today, the Strand is the last remaining bookshop on 4th Avenue, and they've since opened this Upper West Side location. I honestly could have spent hours in here, and I ended up purchasing 2 books that I'll tell you about at the end of the video. I majored in art history in college, and going to museums is one of my favorite things to do in the city. There are lots of museums on the east side like the Met and the MoMA, but to keep things in the neighborhood of the Upper West Side, today I chose to visit the New York Historical Society. This is New York's first museum documenting over 400 years of American history through art documents and artifacts. I was really excited to see that they had a fashion exhibition called Real Clothes, Real Lives, 200 Years of What Women Wore, the Smith College Historic Clothing Collection. This exhibition will be on display through June of 2025, so definitely visit if you have a chance. This exhibition examines the everyday clothing of ordinary women, from hard-worn house dresses to psychedelic micro-minis and modern suits to fast food workers' uniforms. The items come from the Smith College Historic Clothing Collection, and they are on view in a museum for the first time. I absolutely loved this exhibition and all of the little details. on a beautiful fall day like this, I also get the shopping bug, and I decided to head over to the Niche Shop's Upper West Side location to see what they had in stock. The Niche Shop is a vintage and secondhand clothing store, and all of the items in there are hand-picked out by Nicole, the owner. Her handle is NYC Nicole. I will link her and the Niche Shop in the description box. We've been Instagram mutuals for a while, and she has invited me into the Upper East Side location before, but this was my first time checking out their West Side store. They also had accessories and home decor pieces. Honestly, everything is so well curated, and I could have spent hours looking around in here. Back home now, just the most delightful day, like truly my perfect fall day in the city. I did want to show you the books that I picked up at the Strand. So the first one is called The Cloisters, and this is actually perfect because initially when I was thinking about this video, I wanted to include the Cloisters in it, which, if you don't know, is a medieval art museum and garden that is part of the Metropolitan Museum, but instead of being on East 81st Street where the Met is, it's actually all the way up on 191st Street, I believe. There's also a really amazing park nearby. It truly is one of my favorite fall things to do. Just timing wise, when I was thinking of people, if they wanted to like recreate this day, or, you know, even for my own timing, going all the way up there only to come back down. So I didn't really have time to go all the way up there today, and I didn't want to rush. That's one of those places that I could spend like 2 hours easily. So I saw this book and I was like, what? I think I need to buy it. And then I read the back and I was sold. So when Anne Stillwell arrives in New York City, she expects to spend her summer working as a curatorial associate at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Instead, she finds herself designated to the Cloisters, a medieval art museum and garden, where she meets a group of enigmatic researchers studying the history of tarot. Desperate to escape her painful past, Anne is more than happy to indulge the researchers' more outlandish theories about ancient divination. But what begins as academic curiosity quickly turns into obsession when Anne discovers a hidden deck of 15th century tarot cards that might hold the key to predicting the future. When the dangerous game of power, seduction, and ambition turns deadly, Anne becomes locked in a race for answers and must ultimately decide if tarot cards can teach her not only about the past, but also about her future. Done. Like, purchased. I feel like this is a perfect fall-winter mystery to add to my TBR for the end of the year. And, you know, I love a seasonal pick too. Last year I read The Christmas Orphans Club by Becca Freeman, and this year I'd already heard about this book by Tessa Bailey. I haven't read a Tessa Bailey book yet. Also, I feel like I'm gonna fly through this. It's called Window Shopping, and the back cover says, 2 weeks before Christmas and all through Manhattan, shop windows are decorated in red and green satin. Oh, that rhymed. Let me reread it in a Christmas storybook voice. 2 weeks before Christmas and all through Manhattan, shop windows are decorated in red and green satin. That's like how I read to my niece and nephew. Stella is standing alone outside a famous department store when a charming man asks her opinion on the decor. It's a tragedy in tinsel, she says, unable to lie. Then he asks for a better idea with a twinkle in his eye. Oh wait, does this whole thing rhyme? She didn't know he owned the place when he put her on the spot, and now she's working for that man, trying to ignore that he's hot. But as a down-on-her-luck girl with a difficult past, Stella knows how to make a good opportunity last. So she gives it her all, working without stopping, trying to resist temptation because she's just Window shopping. Oh my god, I don't know that if I had not done this video that I ever would have realized that that all rhymed. That is so cute. Yeah, so I will keep you posted on my thoughts either in a future vlog or in my podcast, Create and Consume. I did not make any purchases at the niche shop, although I was definitely tempted. Thank you guys so much for spending today with me in New York City. If you're coming to visit this fall, let me know what you're most looking forward to or if there's anything you would add to this list. Leave a little fall leaf emoji in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and check out my other videos. I'll leave my latest vlog on the screen as the up next recommendation in case you need something to watch next. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll talk to you in my next video.